Hello, and welcome to another episode of Craftaway with me, Bullybait. We are crashing into our building here in the middle of the island. We are gonna start right where we left off in the last episode, guys. I am really trying to bang out these episodes and get them all finished. The island is coming along. It looks very full and very lively now when you're down here in the middle, but we still have a lot of things we have to add, some things here and there, a bunch of landscaping. We definitely need some trees up in this joint. But the first thing, before we can put in trees, we have to get in the rest of the structures so that we can put trees in the right positions around buildings, and we don't end up building a tree in the wrong spot or too close to the building or whatever. The two things we are going to add today are two buildings, one here in this spot and one there in that spot. So what's cool about this island is that I built it pretty much entirely on a 45-degree angle. And what's going to be good about that is it's going to turn everybody's build. So if you build along the grid and you build a square, let's say you build a square island, even out there, when you look at it in relation to this one, because this one is larger, it's going to look turned, even though this one is the one that's turned, because your eyes will focus on this one more. What also that does is it turns all the builds here. So if you're down here in the middle of the island, right, and you focus on all of these being the flat sides to where your perspective is. If I build these two houses, one here and one on the other side, on the grid, in that they will look like they are on a 45-degree angle to everything else, which is cool, and that's what I really wanted to accomplish. Now the two buildings that I want to put in, one will be a map room that will house the map for this whole area. So the whole market district will be mapped, and we'll be able to leave it there. And the other one will be just sort of a tavern. And the only reason I'm building the second one is just for a little bit of symmetry. I mean, the houses aren't going to be exact, but it'll at least feel like they're supposed to be there. Like if I just had one building, it would be weird in comparison. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I want to get started on that. Let's lay out some foundations and get some walls put up. That sounds like a good idea. So that's it for that time lapse. This building is all done. We got the other one to do, and we're gonna get right onto that in a minute. I'm not super sure how happy I am with this building. To be honest, the inside still needs to be done, and I have to put in some windows. At least put in the glass for some windows, and there's some spots that are not quite perfect, and the ceiling isn't really done. The interior needs work. Not super happy with it, I don't think. It probably still needs a little bit of a touch-up here and there. But it's not bad. It's not bad, and it kind of fits in with what's going on here, and it'll be better once I get this other building up, since it's kind of like the only building that's right there. Also, it'll look a lot better when we get those trees in next episode. So this is the map room, or it's going to be the map room. We'll probably put the map on this wall right here. Might even extend this wall up so it's flush all the way up. That way, if the map gets pretty big, we have room for it. I'll put this little staircase in that just comes up here to this like balcony area. So I don't mind this building. It's okay. I don't think it's my best work ever, but it'll do for now. Once we get the interior in, it might help. Once we get the trees in, it might help. Once we get this other building in, it might help. So let's go ahead and get started right on that. This one's going to end up being a tavern. So let's get right in. Okay guys, I'm all done with the buildings, or at least the main structures of both buildings now. We have this one, which is going to be the map room, I've said, and this is the new one that we just put up, and this is going to be the tavern. Now, I'm going to admit that I am not super happy with either of these structures. I feel like both of them are not up to what I would consider my standards of quality. Both of them have things I'm just not good with at the moment, but we're not done with them. We still have to come back and do the interiors, but I think I'm out of time for this episode. Besides, I just really wanted to get some structures up so that we would have an idea as to how this is gonna feel. And I think that we accomplished that goal at the very least. Yeah, so next episode we've got to go through, and we'll actually be finishing the whole top of the island. We have a lot of things we need to pick up and do, like texturing this a bit. I want to add some andesite to cobblestone, so it's not just cobblestone everywhere you look. We'll add some coarse dirt like we did in some areas. Some areas have coarse dirt, others do not. Over here, yeah. There's some coarse dirt in the grassy areas back here. We'll add some more of that. Plus, I think I'm gonna bring some out here into the cobblestone, so it looks a little bit better. I want to add some coarse dirt around the edges of the island and along some of these extra paths we have back here. Also, we have to add bushes and lighting and trees, all that stuff next episode. All right. But that's going to be it for today, guys. So you know what to do. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode. Wow, that's really close. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next one. Bye.